Hola, amigos. Buenos dias, Mazatlan. And thanks for asking that question, Rocky. Let's chat about the Miramar condo here in beautiful sunny Mazatlan, right along the Malecon, where we begin our journey today. And we hinted at this in the earlier uh, video where we stopped at this location. But this building, on the morning of February 22nd, 2014, became one of the most famous and most photographed buildings in the city of Mazatlan, the Miramar condo complex. For on that morning, one of the world's most wanted criminals, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman Loera, head of the Sinaloa cartel, the world's biggest drug trafficking organization, was captured right on these premises in his bedroom as he probably slept very uneasily. It was a joint U.S. Mexican authority operation. The U.S. had been gathering intelligence from wiretaps from previous arrests of some of the lieutenants and underlings of the cartel. They had intercepted messages and whatever, fed that to the authorities in Mexico. And then on the morning of the raid, the Mexican Marines who performed the raid used infrared sensors and located everybody that was in the condo. They went in, grabbed El Chapo out of his bed, basically. He had an AR-47 there, but did not have time to use it. They pulled him out without a shot, and he is now sitting in a Supermax in Colorado. So thank you, Rocky, for asking. And we begin our journey, part 3 of Playa Norte, headed south, down the Malecon again. As I've said in the previous videos about this beach area, it is an extremely long stretch of beach running from Valentinos up by the Golden Zone in the traffic circle there, and it runs all the way down to Centro, basically. And we are taking the walk along the Malecon because I just don't want to walk in the sand. And as you can see, the tide is kind of coming in today, so it wouldn't be a real comfortable walk. But it's a beautiful day, and we've talked about it before. Look at how glassy the water is. Now it's early in the morning. This will all change when we get to the afternoon and the winds pick up. But for right now, it's a gorgeous morning. Although I will say it's very hot, it's very humid. It's, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning, something like that. And I'm already sweating. I'm going to have to dry off down here pretty soon. But it's a nice day for a walk. The beach is not crowded, as you can see. This area of the beach, and we've talked about this in the other videos, this is not a very popular swimming beach, obviously not a very popular surfing beach, primarily because there are an awful lot of rocks. Now, many of them you can't see right now because the tide is covering them, but you will see them at low tide. But they're there, so you want to be careful. If you do get in the water, you certainly want to know the surroundings, and I would not suggest getting in the water up here unless you're close to a lifeguard stand. And they will have a lot of these lifeguard stands manned as we get into later parts of the day. But as we head south, we are on our way down to basically to El Centro, but we won't go into El Centro. We'll stay along the water, and then we'll pick up the beach down that area, and then we'll head towards Los Pinos. It may not, probably won't be in this video, but in a future video, we'll hit the beach at Los Pinos and take that around to Olas Altas, and that way we'll have completed from Sábalo and Point Sábalo all the way down to Olas Altas in our beach series. And just to uh, point out some things as we go, we'll start as we get closer to El Centro, we'll start seeing palapas pop up. Now, these are just individual palapas here, providing some shade um, that basically you can go down and throw your beach chair under there if you want. Um, you will also see, as we move farther south, we'll start seeing more of these little palapa restaurants, and in some cases, pretty good sized palapa restaurants. Um, I think one of them that we're going to come up on pretty soon, I'm not sure if they're even open anymore. It looks like they may be closed up, but they could be just closed for the day. I haven't seen any activity there recently, but I don't come down here that often. But there are a number of these restaurants that will be getting going, and they are places where you can go right on the sand, grab a beverage, a snack, something like that, and just sit there and enjoy the beauty of the water and the beach and watch the kids running up and down. It is a great place to walk. I will tell you that. It's a great long stretch of walking beach. Here's the restaurant I told you that I have seen no activity here in the times I've been down here, so I'm guessing that it may not be open anymore. But if it is, uh, who knows? But again, there's you see one of the trash cans along the Malecon. As I said before, they're located strategically every couple hundred yards. So when you come to the beach, please take your trash, pick it up, put it in a bag, and drop it in the trash bin. You will always find, as you see across the street, you can't go more than a few blocks without running into an OXXO, which is a version of 7-Eleven for those of you uh, from north of the border. So you've got places to go get snacks, beverages, whatever you need to get into some air conditioning, that kind of thing. Um, you also see the green bike lane, which we talked extensively about in the previous video. A wonderful bike lane. If you're into cycling, what a great place to ride. It's very well protected from the traffic. It's wide, so two bikes can pass side by side. Here's one of the palapa restaurants, the Fisherman's Restaurant. It's operational, and it looks like they may be getting ready to open up. Now, keep in mind, I believe some of these places will close one day a week, and that's usually Monday is a day that many of them will close. Others, do different days. But during the high time of the season, whether that's the high time of Mexican tourism or the high time of the expat and other tourist seasons, some of them will stay open, but don't be surprised if you run into a restaurant or something that's closed one day a week. Um, Another one of the palapa restaurants, I believe there is activity here, so I think they're probably getting ready to open up. This is Palapa El Sol, and nice sized place. Nice sized place. There are a number of these. We'll see them as we go down, and when we get closer to El Centro, you'll see a bunch of them. Plus, when we get down to the Fisherman's Monument, which we may get to today, we might even get a little past there. I'm not sure how long this is going to run. I really want this to stay at about 15 minutes. I don't want to do longer than about 15 minutes. So we'll go till we get to about that 15-minute mark, and we'll see where we are. But as we get farther down by the Fisherman's Monument, we will see some activity as far as more restaurants, more shops, um, stuff right along the Malecon. Um, what we've seen thus far coming from Valentino's down to this location, there's not a lot on the Malecon. I mean, during the weekends and high traffic times, vendors will come out here with their carts and what have you. But during the day, uh, there's not a lot going on the Malecon. Uh, but uh, in the evenings now, when it's tourist season, you'll see quite a bit of activity out here. But here's a good group of the Palapa restaurants, all set up, getting ready to open. And if you're out and about and want to just come relax at the beach, sit down, have a cerveza, maybe some shrimp, uh, fish tacos, something like that. These are interesting places to come down and hang out. Um, Understand that it's going to be pretty warm this time of year, but still pretty good. La Jaiba Pata Salada. Yes, sirree. Uh, Notice some people, you'll see people out walking and running now. When we get to about, 9 or 10 o'clock, activity slows down a lot on the Malecon because it's hot, hot, hot this time of year. People want to be inside. But for now, this time of morning, that's when everybody's out getting their walking and biking and everything in. Across the street, you'll see one of the casinos, the Codere Casino. There are several casinos uh, here in Mazatlan. There are a couple out in the Golden Zone. I've been in there. I don't gamble much, so I didn't play any games, but they're nice. You know, they're a little like going to the Native American tribe casinos. They're not like Las Vegas, but if you're jonesing for a little bit of slot play, or maybe I think I even saw a sports book at one of them. There's things you can do, and obviously you can get food and beverage and stuff like that. Plus, this time of year, hey, they're air conditioned, and they will have televisions with all kinds of sports on. So one way to go get cool. The other way, of course, is stay at home and turn on the air conditioner, or go to one of the malls. Go out to the gallerias or go to Grand Plaza. You know, hang out there and during the hot part of the day, and you know, stay cool. Ba-ba-ba-ba. We talked about the all the construction going on. You saw off to the left a crane, and that's what's going on everywhere. Anytime you got waterfront property or property close to the water, man, that's in demand. So they are building, 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 tearing down the old, bringing in the new. Again, we're on Playa Norte here in beautiful sunny Mazatlan, and we're doing what we're going to end up being at least a 4-part series just on this one long stretch of beach. So, like I said, great place for exercise, not too great for swimming until you get down past the Fisherman's Monument, and then you'll see an area where there will be some swimmers and what have you. But for now, we're going to cut this one off, and I'm just going to say thanks a lot for watching, folks. We certainly appreciate it. Give us a comment or a suggestion down below, or at our email, buenosdiasmazatlan@gmail.com.